రెండు కూడా ఇందులో పెట్టినట్టు నాకు రైట్
Good morning, everyone. This is Hema. It gives me enormous pleasure to welcome you all here on behalf of ISDE Academy Private Limited and PS Quality Certification Private Limited. ISDE Academy, we are focusing on providing quality education that by developing skills and enhancing empowerment to professionals by narrowing the gap in expectations between industries and educational institutions globally. Now, ISD is an established professional research and development institution, well supported by highly qualified, devoted, and experienced professionals focusing towards quality. In today's era of artificial intelligence and machine learning, we are adopting the following technologies in our training. We offer a wide spectrum of institutional oriented training program from student orientation training, student placement training, NAAC awareness sessions, value-added courses in health sciences, engineering, arts and science, IQAC training, and faculty development programs in various domains. The mission of ISDA Academy is to serve the people of South Asia in creating, communicating, preserving, and applying knowledge, art, and academic values, and in developing leaders. Sorry for the interruption. The mission of ISD Academy is to serve the people of South Asia in creating, communicating, preserving, and applying knowledge, art, and academic values, and in developing leaders and citizens who will challenge the present and enrich the future of our country. Our vision is to be the most globally recognized technical academy in South Asia. We strive to produce highly employable graduates through our dedicated staffs who shall set global standards, making our students technically superior. Our aim is to provide top quality training to your staff, teaching skills that can be transferred realistically to the workplace. Today, we are happy to collaborate with Sri Venkateshwara Dental College for this webinar on designing a value-added educational system by adopting NAAC exclusively for dental colleges. Now I would request Dr. Sandilnathan from Sri Venkateshwara Dental College, the principal, to give a welcome note. Sir, please take over the session.
Good morning. I'm audible?
Yes, sir, yeah.
Yeah, good morning to one and all participating in this session. And I thank the ISD for having an interaction with us now with our college. I think it will be very useful for us because we are going for NAAC accreditation and value added courses will be of good use to our students, faculties. Thank you. I wish the session good luck. Now,
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
session
So
starts.
For today's webinar on designing a value-added educational system by adopting NAAC, I would like to introduce our renowned speaker, EduTech professional, Mr. K. Satyanarayanan, who is having a decade of research experience in quality education and industrial segments on health and safety and disruptive technologies made him to choose edu-technology as his profession. His life's mission is to reach 10 million young minds of our nation through his global training activities, podcast, and through an initiative, Quality Education for All movement to attain UNESCO 2030 sustainable goals. His holistic design for training sessions, social activities is making positive transformations among educators, industrialists, and students. He strongly believes the quote, champion mindset, champion yourself. His position includes Board of Advisor for ISD Academy Private Limited, Technical Advisor for Respro Labs, Learning and Development Head Servam Safety Equipment, Quality Management System Lead Auditor, Educational Organization Management System Lead Auditor, and the first lead auditor to train more than 50 EOMS lead auditors in India. Board of Study Member Rajalakshmi Institutions, Young Alumni Committee, Convener College of Engineering, Gindi. And he successfully designed effective IKC structure for more than 25 institutions. IKC member for around 10 institutions and some renowned institutions at Tamil Nadu, Kerala, Pondicherry, Telangana, and Andhra Pradesh. I welcome Mr. Satyanarayanan.
Thank you, Ms. Emma. Thank you for this wonderful opportunity. And very good morning. Good morning, all. And also thanks to Venkateshwara Dental College and ISD Academy for taking this wonderful opportunity and also a wonderful initiative towards a unique topic called designing a value-added education system by adopting NAAC. It's one of my favorite topics also. Whenever we have been working towards any kind of accreditations, there are two aspects. Okay, there are two aspects we can able to work on. One thing is, yes, we have to make sure all the things which they have been asked based on the criteria, whether we have been fulfilling it or not. That's one part, document, records, and all. But the next very important factors, which I feel is very important on my decade research on quality education for all. Actually, it is one of the UNESCO Sustainable Development Goals, fourth goals. Last 6 years, we keep on working on that. I found that all the type of accreditations, okay, it may be in our country, it may be in Sri Lanka, it may be in Bhutan, it may be in Singapore, it may be in UAE. All the things, when we can able to, as an institution, once we can able to fulfill that, once we can able to implement that in a right way, surely we can able to see a lot of wonders in our institution. In that way, we have been designed this. Another 45 minutes of this session is going to give you insights about how you are going to get the values, okay, by adopting the NAAC, a overall look. So what is going to be the agenda for today is going to be value to outcome based approach. Are we having a value? Yes, of course. Most of us educational institution will tell, yes, are we having a value? How you are going to make the value to give you the outcome? In this pandemic, the total entire educational model has been changed. How you are going to make sure the value you are having in your institution is going to serve your purpose. We are going to see that. The NAAC framework, yes, we all know that. But how to implement this for getting the value, incorporating the value we expecting from that accreditation body, the value which we are going to have, what are the steps in implementing that? The last one is how we are going for this profiling quality output, high quality output, how you are going to design. I've been picked some of the examples on each of the criterions, and we are going to work about that. This is going to be the key buckets which we are going to see about today. Coming to our the value to outcome based approach. Okay, the value to outcome based approach. Uh, what is a value? First thing we have to know that whenever we are talking about a value, the value is a value if the value of the value is being valuable to themselves. Very interesting one. If I've been talking is a value of my institution, how I can able to feel if a value is a value, the value of the value is valuable for myself, for my institute. I have to feel that yes, I've been having that value in my institute. Without the value is going to give me that insight, how I can able to bring the culture. We are going to see why value is very important. Okay, first very important thing is know the value of your institution. Already we will be having it. Try to have a brainstorming with your top management peoples and make sure that are we adhering to that value. I've been okay. That's a, it's one of the very popular framework. How we can able to make sure see our entire educational model in the two structures: support activities and the primary activities. Our firm infrastructures, human resource, technological development, the procurement, it's everything as support activities. We can able to keep it as from admission, teaching. We have been going to make them as a placements. We have been going to make sure that a continuous learning is there. This entire part, inbound logistics, nothing but admissions, teaching, outbound logistics, we have been placing them, and we are making sure that what we have been doing and service is nothing but whenever the passed out students or the alumni require something, we have been servicing them lifelong learning. So primary activities and the support activities, you have to make sure that what are the values you have been adapted in the primary activities, because both is very important. Both primary and also the support activities, both activities are very important. Support activities is more essential to make sure that all the primary activities has been done as per our plan. Imagine, for example, the human resource. Okay, human resource. If we are not having adequate faculties for teaching, what we can able to do here, the operations is going to be not done as per the plan. So have a very keen look. I think this framework can be most useful for you to make sure that you have been separating as a whole. Whenever we are seeing a institution as a whole, it's a little bit difficult. Okay, it's a little bit difficult to insight to identify the values in each of the buckets. If you can able to separate in this way, surely you can able to create, okay, what is the value here, what is the value here. I will tell how to transform the value into a measurable term. We are going to see. First thing is identification of value. That identification of value has to be done. Okay, has to be done only by the our institution peoples, only by the management peoples. It's not the professors. Yes, they can also able to do if they are with our institution at least for 5 years. Then only they can able to realize that what we have been prescribed and what we have been following. So make sure that identification, the first thing of this seminar, what I like to tell you is identify the value in the support activity of your institution, identify the values in the primary activities. You can able to ask me, sir, how we can able to serve our purpose. We are going to see how a value to outcome based that type of approach is being happened. As I told you, value is nothing but the belief of an individual, belief of a top level management. Yes or no? Value is a top level management, what they are believing. Once they have been having set that value, we are going for the culture, the organizational culture, institutional culture. We are forgetting this. My dear friends, if the value has been not defined, as I told you, okay, what is value? To be very simple, whenever I'm telling, okay, honesty, whenever I've been telling is a value under any circumstance, if I've been following that, that is a value of mine. Same thing, institutional is also having your value. You have to identify that. That value is going to be transformed into the culture. What is the difference between the value and culture? Culture is nothing but if a value is being accepted by a team, by a group of people. Is this a culture, yes or no? If we are telling that punctuality is my value, if it has been adopted by the whole institute, it's going to be the culture. 8:30 means 8:30. Everyone in our institute will be at 8:30. Effective learning, teachers, student-centric learning. It is our value. It is going to be become as a culture. So make sure that how you are defining the organizational culture. From that culture, my dear friends, here culture has been transformed into the vision. Yes, sir. Once we are having a vision, once we are going for this culture, it is not possible. Because first we have to have a culture. Based on my culture only, I have to set my vision. I have to set my long-term goal. After 10 years, what I want to see my institute as. So from that, the vision is being developed. From that vision, you can able to say that it is being gone into a policy, institutional policy. While you are going to write a policy for a NAAC, for MBA, whatever it is, make sure this policy should be a driving document. Whenever I've been, as I told you, I've been a part of some of the institution for IQAC. This policy is going to be the very important factors for the education institution. Whenever there is any problem, whenever we are going to take any decision, whenever we are going to take any new practice into our institution, what we have to do, we have to refer this policy. Whether this policy, the things which we are introducing, it has been adhered to this policy or not. Very important document, my dear friends. Very important document. Policy. How the policy has been there? Vision, culture, value. From this policy, you can able to tell me, I having a policy of 1 page or 2 page. How I can able to measure that? How I am going to measure that? Measuring is going to be there in the objectives. My dear friends, it has been going to be there at the objectives. Objectives is the measurable terms. It is the measurable one. You have to check. You have to check to ensure that my institution is been performing all the activities based on the policy only. If I am telling that policy, okay, in my policy, my policy is to satisfy the learners. Okay, satisfy the learners. How are we going to satisfy the learners? By a better teaching and learning should be there, and also a placement activity should be there. Here, objectives. You are going to set the objective for the placement department. How much percentage? It may be 80, it may be 90. How you are going to check? You can able to ask me once in a year I'll be going to check. This means it is not right. 6 month once. Okay, 6 month once. Here there are two parameters you can able to set. One thing is number of industries or number of healthcare centers has been associated with us in the middle of the year. If I will going to keep it as a target of 150 or 200, yes, if it has been meeting at the middle of the year, you can able to say that yes, we are going to achieve this 90% of placement in the end of the year. Yes or no? So objectives is very good. The objectives is based on the policy. The next one, the last one is a mission statement. What is mission? Mission is nothing but, my dear friends, based on the institutional experience, based on the experience of the management. What are the actions you are going to do to achieve these objectives is the mission. This is the second framework which I want to tell to you, tell to all my professors here is make sure that have a look on your policy, whether your policy is giving a lead for the objectives. Make sure that whenever year after you are going to have a discussion with your top management is going to have a discussion with your higher officials, keep this policy and objective with you. Policy is to make sure whether this activities we can able to do it or not as per our policy. The next one is objectives. Okay, what the things I'm going to measure. If it has been not adhering, okay, if I've been telling that my placement should be 80%. It is not so. What is the action I have to take? What is the corrective action I have to take? I have to I have to go back here and I have to say, what is the culture I have to develop for this? Because it's not a one-day activity. My dear friends, I can able to tell you why most of this, okay, most of the institutional quality, lot of methodologies have been there on the industry's quality, lot of Kaizen, light of Six Sigma, lot of lean activities has been there to the industries. For institutionals, there are only few of the parameters are there, but it will take time. We have to be patient. But once you revolve that wheel, once you can able to revolve that wheel, you can able to see the wonders in the next year. But we have to wait. We have to keep on imparting this. As I told you, have a good policy. Once the policy is been defined, have the objectives, then make sure how you are going to achieve the objectives. What is the best way I can able to achieve the objectives? At the top level meetings, always make sure that you are having your policies and objectives with you. So I hope the two slides has been given you a lot of impacts why the value is important, because without value nothing can we can't able to move further at all. Here, yes, the NAAC framework, we are having 7 criteria, we are having the key indicators, we are having a metrics. That's good. Here there are two aspects. Okay, as I told you, two aspects we can able to see. One thing is based on the documents, based on the records, based on the qualitative metrics, based on the qualitative metrics. That's good. But have another look. Have another look. Have a mind re-engineering towards this framework in such a way that what I've been seeing, this framework is nothing but each of this criteria. Okay, each of this criteria is having a key indicators. Each of the key indicators is going to prescribe a value for us. Yes, sir. Each of the key indicators is going to impart some values. Each of the metrics is going to give the roadway or the roadmap to achieve that value. I can able to come back again. This all of this 7 criteria is going to impart some value. Okay, expect some values in our institution. Each key indicator is been telling that this is a value, this is a minimum value. Okay, this is the minimum value. It has to be there in our institute. So the key indicators are the value setting benchmarks. How we are going to achieve that? It has been going to be done by the metrics. So you whenever, okay, year after, whenever you are going to look all the criteria, make sure that how we are setting the values. What is the actual value has been asking from this the criteria. Don't see about the documents qualitative and quantitative metrics. That's other way, but make sure that see it in that way. Have a different approach. What is the values? For example, curriculum aspect. For example, curricular aspects. What are the values have been expected in this criteria? List out what are the values. Then make sure that are we having that in our system right now, or what we are going to do that. If we are working in this way, surely we will move in the right direction. But the next very important I just want to tell you is you are going to taste the implementation success. You are going to have a very good values in your institution. After accreditation also, after 1 year, 2 year also, you are going to have that sustainability. So make sure that you are seeing in that way. You can able to ask me here, as I told you, each criteria, okay, this criteria one means each criteria is having a key indicators. For example, it may be curriculum design and development, curriculum planning and implementation, academic flexibility. Each indicators is a value. It can able to link with other values also, but make sure that you are seeing that if it is criteria 1, it is going to ask us 5 values. Yes or no? If it is criteria 2 means criteria 2 is asking about 6 values. You search for that. Are we having that? Are we having that in our system right now? If it is not so, how we are going to implement that? The implementation is the mission part. Yes or no? It's the mission part. We can't be able to tell that how it can be implemented in your institution in a very better way, because you are the king, you are the persons who have been in that process. So you have to tell that what way we are going to tell. Next, if it is criteria 3 means criteria 3 is having a 7 value systems. Next, criteria 4, we are having 4. Criteria 5 means 4 system. Criteria 6 means we are having a 5 value system. Criteria 7 is been asking about 3 value systems. Okay, so all the key indicators. Okay, the next part, what once you have been listed out all the values, the next thing what you can able to do is map that value with the other frameworks also. Map that value with the other frameworks also. That is going to give you lot of insights. That is going to give you a lot of insights. How we are going to do? Have a value. Okay, have this value. Map with the MBA. Map with the impact ratings. I think last week the impact ratings has been done. We are going for the impact ratings or not. It's a global rating. Okay, it's a global rating of the impact rating. We are also having QS rating. Okay, top level universities rankings on each year. Whether we are going that far or not, but my consideration is make sure that have a look on that, take the values of that, and have a combination, have a mapping with that. So once, okay, after 5 years or after 3 years, once you are going for that, you are preparing your institution in a global wide market. Yes or no? Yes, we are having this criteria, this accreditation here. We are preparing our institution for the global requirement. The impact ratings, the QS rating, you can able to note it, and you can able to have a browse, or else you can also able to mail to me. I can able to send you the parameters of QS and also the impact ratings and all. So the very good things which we can able to cultivate, the impact ratings and all, it has been very good. What they are doing is they are mapping the impact ratings. They are assessing our university based on the sustainable development goals of UNESCO. UNESCO is having a sustainable development goals. In that, what way we are doing that? So here for a starting point, okay, for a starting point, I want to make sure that our institutions is having this list, having the list of the values, whether we are okay, whether we are satisfying or not. After this, I think after this session, I will tell our ISD teammates to mail you a framework to have a checklist. Whether you can able to use that checklist to have a initial assessment, then we can able to move further. So the third takeaway for this session, I just want to tell you is make sure that you are seeing these key indicators as a values. List out the values. Are you doing it or not? If you are not going to do that, you have to have a mission how you are going to do that. If you are partially you are doing that, make sure that how we are going to do it in a very better way which is being prescribed. Once it is been done is the first thing. Next you can able to go for, okay, next you can able to go for the global wide requirements, QS rankings, impact rankings. These are the things which we can able to make sure that we are globally competitive. So steps in implementing NAAC. Okay, this is the steps. It may be a mind re-engineering. Make sure that if you are going to have this, yes, sure, you are going to have a better understanding and you are going to impart a right value in your institution. Instead of straight away going for preparation of documents, record, quality indicator, quantitative indicator, nothing is going to serve us. I hope you have been agreed with me. Nothing is going to serve, because most of the time, whenever we have been preparing that, they don't know why we are doing that. For what purpose we are doing that? For what purpose we are maintaining that? No. So once, I hope this is one of the very proven methodology which you can able to use it and you can able to find the success. If you are having any difficulties while you have been doing that, sure. You can able to contact us. We can able to give you. Okay, sorry for it. A small interruption. What we are going to do is first we are going to have a thorough understanding of the manual. How we are going to have the understanding? Don't see what is about the documents, what's about the records and all. Have a list that what is the expectation and what is the value they are asking for. Simple. On the each criteria. Next, go for the internal audit. Here comes the very important role of your IQAC members. All the IQAC members should able to know, should be practiced how to do a internal audit, how to do the internal audit, how to capture this, how to capture the gaps. It can also be called as a SPOC analysis. So while doing your internal audit, while been doing your gap analysis, one part of the NAAC has been finished, yes or no? SPOC analysis has been finished. Next thing is management review. Management review. What you are going to tell? The things which you are been collected, you have been going to present in your to your management. Your management stating that criteria one, these are the requirements, these are the outcomes. We have been there in this place only. Okay, we have been there in this place only. So it is can also be called as a SSR report. Yes or no? It can also be called as a partial SSR report. Once you are going to combine on all the criteria, it is a SSR report. So SSR report has been ready. It's been partially ready. It has not been ready to upload. So the partial ready. So you are going to make sure that which are the areas you have to work on. So your management is having a very right direction. They are knowing what you are going to do. The IQAC team is knowing, it's been known what are the shortfalls. The criteria owners is also has been aware that yes, these are the areas I have to work on. So here, while you are going to follow this methodology, the clarity is been there, sir. Clarity has been there. What are the areas we are strong in this criteria? What are the areas I have to work on? Next, you are going for a control measures. What control measures? Based on the gap analysis, our management, top management, what they will do is, in this criteria, in this metrics, these are the areas has been not addressed as of now. So we have to add some control measures. We have to add some control measures. For example, there is a criteria and there is a metrics which has been asking about a student feedback on the teaching and learning. Student feedback towards this teaching and learning, particularly on teaching and learning and also the syllabus. Okay, criteria one. That feedback is different from the feedback which we are talking about AAA. Okay, it is different. If it is been not done, what our top management is going to do, or what the IPSC is going to prescribe, is going to give you some control measures, yes or no? Controls in form of first as an awareness to all of our faculties. Okay, it has to be done on semester wise. We are going to develop some policies, yes or no? We are going to develop some policies, and also we are going to develop some procedures. So here, while training, everyone know why this training is. We are not done this, or we are not done this in a proper way. So we are going to have a training on that. Then we can able to tell that we are going to develop a policy. Once the understanding is there, the developing of policy will be more reliable, more practical. Yes or no? Policy towards that. The next one is the procedures. So in this way, the control mechanism has been structured by IQAC, also approved by the top management. Next one, based on this review, based on this control, your institution is going to define the educational service model. My dear professors, my dear leaders, this educational service model is being disrupted in a very huge way. After this pandemic, lot of tension in this education service model. I think last month we had a session on this. You can able to see the YouTube how to define the educational service model. So once the educational service model, your management is going to give you the educational service model. They are going to define the objectives and targets. Yes or no? Objectives. Okay, objectives in IPR, objectives in paper publication is this much per each semester. Each professor has to do 10 papers. Paper publication is objective. Yes or no? Based on this internal audit, you can able to say based on this internal audit, your management is having a review. Then your management is setting the educational service model based on this output only. Yes or no? Taking this output, they are framing the educational service model for that semester. That's very important. It's not for 5 years. 5 years and all, no one can able to set. Okay, at most 6 months. The best practices is 3 months. Here comes the strategy and all. Here comes the strategy, the objectives and targets. Here comes the strategy to understand, to achieve the objectives, how we are going to achieve the objectives and targets. So once the educational service model of your institution has been defined based on the proper way, the next one will be the improvements. There will be audits will be done by your IQAC cell. It may be 6 months once, it may be 3 months once. Then they will be keep on giving you the improvements. These are the areas you can able to improve on. These are the areas you can able to improve on. My dear leaders, if we are going to follow this methodology, all the things, okay, all the procedures, quantitative, qualitative, everything is being done in this framework itself. So the better understanding will be there. Okay, my point is, better understanding will be there. Why we are doing that? What is our current situation is there? We know, and we also can able to feel the improvement of your institution in a very better way. Even I can able to tell you, once you are going to do this, it will take around 2 to 3 months. Okay, for that you should have a very good IQAC team. I always will tell, okay, in all my workshops, all my seminars, I will always prescribe, if your institution is going to define the values, is going to have a very good system, a process, IQAC. IQAC is the art of your institution. What is the other way you can able to do here is, I can able to tell you, here you can also able to list out the criteria 3 months once. Which criteria is being weightage first, 1, 2, 3, 4. In this order you can able to put. Once you are going to rank in that way, the IPSC persons, the criteria owners, the concerned persons will also feel the owners, and at the end, okay, at the end, every year we have to submit our AQAR, yes or no, annual quality assurance report. At the end, that quality cycle, institutional quality cycle, will keep on, okay, will keep on revolving. Your quality, the initial time which you have been done the internal audit, the quality which you defined here will be entirely different than the things which you are seeing it after a year. But it will take time. It will take at most a year. We have to be patient, but we have to keep on revolving this quality. Once it has been done, you are set. Okay, you are set. You can able to add all the new best practices or new innovations, new innovations into your system. My dear leaders, without having this proper structure in our, without having a process approach, without having a proper process in our institution, whenever you are going to try to insert a new things, new innovations, inventions, it can't be a sustainable one at all. First thing, it won't give you a output which you are desiring for. I've been experienced whenever I've been going for this AAA audit. Uh, some of our institution, yes, they'll be asking themselves the same practice, the best practice is being done by that firm, is being done by that institution. We have been captured that, we have been benchmarked that, and we have been done this for the past 6 months, but it is not giving the same result which have been given in that institution. It won't give, as I told you, because here you have to have a process. You have to set the process. Once the process is set, you can able to keep on add values to that. So make sure, okay, sure, make sure that you can able to use this framework. If you are having any doubts in future, sure you can able to make us, and we can able to be much happier to help on this. So the profiling quality output. Okay, here we are going to see about the profiling quality output. How you are going to see each key indicator in a different way. I've been taken one or two of the key indicators, and we can able to see how differently we can able to see each of this requirement in a different way. The first one is the curriculum enrichment sensitizing students to cross-cutting issues, wide range of such value-added courses. Okay, here a value-added courses. Okay, here the curriculum enrichment, of how we are going to have the curriculum enrichment is one of the requirement. How we are going to set the values here, values in such a way that while you are going to add a value-added courses, while you are going to introduce a value-added courses, how you are getting the inputs, from which sectors you are going to get the inputs that this value added courses can be introduced. It's not only based on our domain. Here it may be also the sensitizing things which has been happening. So make sure that how you are going to get the inputs. It may be getting the inputs. The better wise way to choose or to formulate a value-added courses is to get the input from the students right away, from your alumni, better source, from your alumni, from your employer, SR, persons who have been going to hire from the employer, and also make sure that you have been getting the inputs from your partnered institution from abroad. These are the four things. Okay, these are four things you can make sure that while you are addressing this particular requirement, curriculum enrichment sensitizing, how we are going to do that. It's not that, okay, it's not that we are providing only one value added. Okay, only one value added courses and telling them, yes, you can able to study this value added courses, or you have to do this. It's not so. Always have a bunch of 4 to 5, or at least 3 on the current situation. Give them the choice. Give them the choice. If 30 is going there, 20 is going there, that's good. So what way it is going to improve on is 30 will be having a knowledge on this particular A, 20 will be having a knowledge on this B. Once they are going to work on a project, is we are going to moving slowly. We are going for a holistic education. My dear friends, my dear leaders, holistic education is one of the important things. Okay, outcome-based learning, outcome-based things which we have been talking on. But the holistic education is a very important thing. How we are going to achieve this holistic education? How we are going to make sure we are in the path of holistic education? IQ. Okay. The social quadrant, intellectual quadrant, IQ, yes, we are testing. What about the social quadrant? What about the emotional quadrant? What about the adversity quadrant? IQ, SQ, social quadrant, adversity quadrant, emotional quadrant, EQ. These four sectors has to be there. Make sure that if your institution is climbing, we are having a holistic education. Make sure in this value added courses or in your electives or in your course, how these four domains have been stronged up. Here the problem is that, here, now the current thing, the problem is that the COVID first wave, above 50%, the age above 50 have been affected. Okay, good. Our system can able to withstand that. In this second wave, if you are going to see age group between 30 to 50 or 25 to 30, 25 to 50 has been affected more. That emotional quadrant or adversity quadrant has been not enhanced for them. Once they are tested positive, immediately they are rushing to the hospitals. No bed there, no bed there. They are telling that yes, we have to be in the hospital. So make sure, this is one of the example I have to tell you. I'm telling that while you are climbing for holistic education, yes, we have to take care on all of these buckets to make sure that it has been given in our institution. You can able to see this curriculum enrichment sensitizing in this angle. Okay, next one, profiling quality output of our second criteria, evaluation process and reforms. Very, very important thing. Okay, that is a metrics which has been asking about a system actually test the program outcomes and the course outcomes. Okay, here my view of seeing this POs and COs is nothing but whether the learners are aware about the course outcomes on the each unit, whether they are aware about the course outcome. What is the course outcome, or what is our unit outcome after finishing the particular course, particular subject? Are we ensuring that these are the course outcomes we have been advocated while we are starting the course? Are we able to make sure that are we testing the course outcomes? First thing, are we mapping the course outcomes to the program outcomes? My biggest question, $1,000,000 question here is how we are testing the program outcome. How we are testing the program outcomes after the 4 years, after the 5 years of my studies, that learner is going to tested for all the COs. That's good. And the next one is the program outcomes. How we are testing that? The entire program outcomes, how we are testing that? Have a think about this, how we can able to test that one thing. The next part is, while we are framing, it may be an internal evaluation, it may be a formative, it may be a summative, what kind of evaluation it may be, make sure that are the learners have been aware about for what outcomes we have been asked these questions. Regarding what outcome? Regarding what outcomes, this is the first thing what I can able to tell you here to add value, to see this evaluation process and reforms to create a value in your institution. That's the first thing. Second thing is, while you are going to ask me a question in the summative or in the formative assessment, make sure that in the Bloom taxonomy, which part you are asking me. It may be a creative part, it may be a remembering part, or it may be understanding part. Make clear about this to ensure that our learners have been aware about that. The next year, to be adding points, I just want to tell you, once you are having a system to incorporate this course outcomes, okay, to incorporate this course outcome with the program outcomes, the learner can able to feel, the importance of each subject he or she is been learning in this entire program. SRO, the first thing. Next thing is, after doing all this, the takeaway 4 for this today is, after doing all this thing, make sure that you are also, okay, you are also having a list of profiles. What are the profiles after finishing this program outcomes? What are the professional attributes you can able to get as a learner after finishing this 5 years of course? What are the profile? What is the professional attributes you can able to get? Have a research on that. As I feel, okay, I feel that we should have a separate R&D team in at least 1 or 2% in our institution for doing all this kind of research. I have a research in our IQAC, I have a research on our daily practice. Next thing is our collaboration. Okay, collaboration activity. They are asking about the collaboration. Here, to create, okay, to see this collaboration in the other way, how we are going to get collaborated. Okay, what are the areas we can able to get collaborated? Once we are doing the collaboration in the right way, our students can able to impart a lot of practical skills. Our teachers, our professors can also able to get a lot of practical skills, which in turn they can able to make use of it while they are teaching this unit. So collaborations, if you are going to set your values, you have to choose the areas, which are the areas I have to get collaborated, which are the disruptive technologies, which are the developing areas which is being related to our domain, to make sure that once it has been done, we can able to find the ways and we can able to get collaborated. The next one is the IT infrastructure. Okay, here, what are the policies and strategies? Here, last year, the institutions which are not have the IT infrastructure policy suffered a lot because that time we are introducing our learning management system, online management system, online learning has been there. We are going for our LMS. A lot of things has been happened. Once we should also always have a strategy for this. How we are going to make sure that our LMS has been there. For how long we are going to give the LMS, whether we can able to give the continual improvement. The continual improvement, continual knowledge sharing should be there. Whether we can able to prepare a infrastructure LMS for our alumni also. Can we able to impart the new developing courses to our alumni also? So the IT infrastructure, we have to see in that way. What is the futuristic need? Today we are having a session on Zoom. That's good. But what will be the next after 6 months? What will be the situation? How we can able to create a digital library, how we are going to conduct a course. Most of the corporates 2 years before itself, they are having all the courses on the online itself. They are setting a time, and at this time you have to finish everything. Whether we can able to create our online courses, whether we can able to create our value-added courses, whether we can able to create our certification courses in that way, who knows? Okay, who knows? The coming days there will be a sandwich type of learning only. There will be both online and also there will be, we are also having a in-person training. So are we having infrastructure to that? What is the current situation? What is the need for that? Okay, what is the need for that? So in that way we can able to see that infrastructure. The next one will be the student progression. Student progression is one of the requirement. We are going to see that student progression, it is our responsibility. Yes, sir, it is our responsibility to make sure that here comes the very important thing. As an institution, we have to guide our each of the learners which path is right for you, whether going for employment or going for the higher studies. If he or she has been choosing this higher studies, means what are the optional you are having right now. Try all the untouched parts, lot of areas which may be related to your domains, which is been not tried at all. So you should have a separate a career counseling. I've been insisted. This is also a very important thing, my dear leaders. Your institution should have, okay, should have a proper career counseling. First, the importance of it is to understand the requirement of our learners, to assess the learners whether to make him, okay, to make him to show the path whether the employment, higher education, or he or she can able to go for employment. In this employment, you can able to go for both of the things, whether he or she can able to choose the entrepreneurship, whether he or she can able to go for the competitive examinations or for the other sectors. So it's a wide range of areas which you can able to have a look on. The areas which I've been choose here and I've been talking here, once you have been have a look on it, you have been going to rewind, and if you have been going to add values, surely within a short span of time, you can able to see some difference out of it. What way you are going to see a difference? For example, if you are going to have a very clear career counseling structure in your institution, the lot of students has been benefited. It may be one batch, two batch. Surely they will change as a brand ambassador. They will turn as a marketing person for you. Because yes, whenever I've been finished studying in that campus, the next persons from that family or from that neighborhood, they will ask us, yes or no, whether I can able to join that institution or not. If I can able to create, because that student progression is a very important thing. Why I'm telling you is because at the time they are going to finish the entire program, they will be having a lot of career blocks will be there. So at that time, as an institute, we should have a responsible. Once we are creating this kind of value, that impact will be there on the learners throughout his lifetime. So these are the areas you have to always have a look on this. The next one is a strategy, development, and deployment. Strategy, development, and deployment. I think criteria 6. How you are going to define the strategy. As I told you, once you are going to have the management review by your gap analysis, by your the AAA audit, you are going to define their strategy for next 6 months. Without strategy, because the strategy is not a static one, it has to be keep on changing based on the conditions, based on the external condition, based on the requirement. The strategy should be developed and deployed. How to develop, how to deploy. Deployment part, IQAC members have to be in front, and they have to demonstrate it, how to deploy the requirements of it in their institution. So strategic development, are we having a strategic development habit? How we are going to develop the strategy, how we are going to deploy it, how we are going to check it. Strategic development is nothing but objectives. Okay, objectives we have been talked before. Your institutional objectives is a strategic development. Deployment is nothing but making sure. Deployment is nothing but your mission statement. I hope now you can able to understand. Now you can able to map this, how the strategy development, how this strategy deployment has been done. Next one is internal quality assurance system, art of the institution. My dear friends, whenever we are going to, I think after national education policy NEEP, there will be a lot of competition. Competition will be not within your geographical limit. The competition will be towards the entire country. So are we having a system towards that? If you want to have a value, if you want to create a impact, if you want to make sure that yes, we are a very unique system, we are having a very unique institution, everything is going to be done by this IQAC cell only. You should have a system, IQAC system should be there. You should have a procedure, you should have a very strategic meeting should be there. The outcome of the meeting has to be discussed in a very serious way. If this has been done, surely a lot of things can be keep on improving. Next, benefit to the students, institutional values and responsibilities. Institutional values and responsibilities. What is the values? Okay, what is the institutional values we are been carrying right now? Are my interested parties, are my students, are my faculties have been feeling the value which I am telling it's a value of my institute? Make sure that the value of the institution should be felt, then only it can be able to convert into a culture. Best practice, yes. What is the best practice here? Addressing this requirement, addressing this key indicator, whenever we are telling a best practices means how a best practices can be able to come. If you want to create a value in this best practices key indicator means, my dear friends, make sure that you are having this in mind. First thing, you should able to undergone a problem or a issue regarding that, yes or no. Whenever there's a problem, whenever there's a hurdle, then you would have been tried a lot of solution, a lot of things, a lot of good practices, a lot of best practices you have been tried out. Then you would have been come with the version 1. Once you have been addressed, okay, once you are telling that once you have been addressed all the issues in that practice, that practice is known as the best practice. That practice is known as the best practice. So whenever you are going to choose, yes, it is my institutional best practice, what you have to tell is, yes, it's my best practice. What is the problem we went on? Whether that problem, the problem which we went on, is a very unique problem which relates to our institution or not, then make sure that you are claiming it as a best practice, then as an institutional distinctness. A lot of time, uh, this best practice and distinctness, we both has been interchanged. My dear leaders, my dear professors, institutional distinctness is nothing but once you are carrying out this best practice to 2 or 3 years, you are refining the best practices. Now, this best practices is going to be a uniqueness of your institution. It's going to become a uniqueness of your institution. Then you can be able to climb on this. Then you can be able to climb on this. Yes, we are going to have this. As of now, we have been picked up very important key indicators, and I told you how you can be able to add value, how you can be able to see this as a value. It's not at a quality indicator or it's not at the quantitative indicators. How to see it as a value, how that key indicator can be able to impart value to your institution. At last, educational service model having value will impact value for all learners. In turn, it nurture values in society. Yes or no? If my institution, if your institution is going to have a value, that value as will be imparted to all the learners, that in turn is going to make our society in a better place to live. So thank you. If you're having any type of queries, you can able to put in the chat box. Thanks once again for this wonderful opportunities for ISD and Venkateshwara Dental College for this wonderful opportunities. Also to all the participants who have been joined from various institutions. Thank you. Thank you for this wonderful opportunity. Have a great day. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Satyanarayanan, for the informative session. So anybody having any queries, you can put it in the chat box. Okay, for NAAC accreditation, consulting, IKSC training and value-added courses, you can please contact the details given in the chat box. Once again, thank you, Mr. Satyanarayanan, for the wonderful session. Now we request Dr. Shabana Fatima from Sri Venkateshwara Dental College to take over the session. Ma'am, please.
Thank you, Hema.
Right.
Ma'am, please unmute yourself, ma'am. Shabana, ma'am. Shabana, ma'am, can you hear me? Please unmute yourself, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Good one. Unmute.
various colleges and have won many trophies.
Good morning, all. It gives me immense pleasure to introduce and speak about our college. Sri Venkateshwara Dental College was started in the year 2014. Chief Minister Thiru N. Rangasamy inaugurated the college. Mr. Radhakrishnan, Member of Parliament, was guest of honor. Our chairman, Mr. B. Ramachandran, delivered the presidential address, and Principal Dr. Sendil Nathan delivered the welcome address. The inaugural function was attended by all faculties and students. Our well-motivated and trained faculty deliver a structured learning program, as a result of which our students have secured university ranks and distinctions in various subjects consistently from 2014 to date. This institution holds the record for achieving over 90% pass rate consistently in Pondicherry University exams. We have zero tolerance towards ragging. To achieve the same, we regularly organize sensitization program as per DCI and UGC guidelines. We invite eminent academicians and DCI members every year for the anti-ragging awareness program. Dr. Thangavelu, Professor and Head Annamala University, Dr. S.M. Balaji, DCI Representative, Dr. Rajasigamani, Dean Annamala University, Dr. Sainath, DCI Representative and Principal Mada Dental College, and Dr. S.P.K. Kennedy Babu, Dean MGPGI, have all been our guest speakers over the past years. Our college practices gender equality by all possible means amongst the staffs and students. No incidents of sexual harassment have been reported till date. Apart from training in regular academic curriculum, we ensure our students achieve necessary skills to confidentially practice dentistry by organizing hands-on workshops in various fields of dentistry like implant dentistry, BLS, laser dentistry, aesthetic dentistry, and rotary endodontics. These value-added programs were conducted by renowned practitioners. Around 200 students have been benefited till date. To inculcate the quest for research in the minds of our budding dentists, we regularly organize clinical society meetings through student academic program under SPDC. The same helps them to providing a good platform to exhibit their scientific presentation skills in various state, national, and international conferences. As a result of these initiatives, our students regularly bag Best Paper Awards in state and national conferences. Our chairman have sanctioned ₹5 lakhs towards Corpus Research Cell to encourage faculties in starting many research work and also promised to pay TADA expense for attending the conferences. Through our career guidance cells, we organize workshops to guide the students on various aspects in clinical practice. Two French dental practitioners from Oroville Dental Clinic in the year 2016 and Dr. Vishnu Prasad, senior dental practitioner in the year 2019, guided our students regarding the same. PG NEET motivational programs were organized for the outgoing batch of students by inviting faculties from NEET coaching centers. We have conducted campus interview for our first batch of students in December 2019 by G32 Dental Care, a chain of dental clinic in Chennai. 15 students of first batch got placement into it. Our institution have arranged PG NEET entrance exam preparatory studies at Davangere, Karnataka. More than 50 students attended the NEET coaching program. 10 students have got admitted in MDS and are pursuing their PG education in Tamil Nadu. In August 2020, our institution started post-graduation in 4 specialties and 8 students got admitted through CENTAC. Our first batch student, Dr. Sasidharan, has joined MDS in Department of Endodontics in our college. Dr. Venkatesh Saravanan and Dr. Sri Priya, a first batch, bagged 168 and 600 rank in the All India entrance exam and will be joining the best college in India. In extracurricular activities, 2 of our students were part of national team in softball and Ataya Pataya. Mr. Vijay Kumar of second year students represented India in international softball tournament held in Thailand in the year 2017. Ms. Tunivisha Krishnan of third year captained the Indian team in Ataya Pataya match held in Nepal. Mr. Mukeshwaran of third year entered Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam of records for playing folk instrument non-stop for 10 hours. Our faculties regularly participate in various conferences for paper presentation and also as speakers and moderators in various colleges like Balaji Dental College, Mel Marwatur and SRM Dental College. Our faculty, Dr. J. Varshamurthy, professor and head of the Department of Prosthodontics, presented a paper in SEA CRAM International Conference in Indonesia in the year 2019. She has been part of international multicentric study related to COVID, which is also published in Journal of Dental Education and also a national study published in European Journal of Dental Education. She has also been recently inducted as editorial board member in JCP and implantology. Dr. K. Abdul, Senior Lecturer, Department of Oral Medicine, has credential of winning Chancellor Award in the year 2017 under SBV University and has registered 1 patent and 2 copyrights in year 2020 to his credit, apart from many awards and national awards in the national and international conference. He is also contributed towards the academic success of International Colloquium on Temporomandibular Joint 2020 and has been active member of Asian Academy of Oral and Maxillofacial Radiology. Our college is ISO certified 21001, 2018. We have also registered for NAAC accreditation and will be shortly applying for NRF ranking. Thank you. Now I hand over to Dr. Shobana to talk about our college best practice.
Good morning. I'm Dr. Shobna, the in-charge member of best practices of NAAC criteria 7. Today I'm displaying three best practice. Out of three, first best practice is e-learning. So why we chose this e-learning as a best practice? The promoters of the college, from the time of its inception, consider the latest technique in teaching and learning as the most successful channel to impart knowledge. With the advent of computers and internet, e-learning is playing a vital role in the area of education. Main objective of e-learning is to incorporate a common portal of learning for students and teaching faculties in order to use gadget in a productive way, to get recognition through academia pursuits, to enhance the pedagogy and learning outcomes with the total involvement of teachers and students, to expose students to the latest technology in the learning process. The context of the e-learning is technological advancement are to be accepted and necessary adaptations are to be made so as to enhance our knowledge and grow with the world. The students are more inclined towards usage of gadgets which could be exploited in a positive way to impart education through e-learning. So thus, Sri Venkateshwara Dental College initiated the learning management system as a Moodle software. Why we implemented the learning management system implemented by a team of IT experts. The website access is provided to the students, teachers, and parents by assigning separate username and password for them. Once logged in, the students can view various presentations prepared and uploaded by the teachers and parents by assigning separate username and password for them. So in case of any unavoidable circumstance, if the students fails to attend the classes, he or she can view the presentation and learn the subject by himself instead of learning the same from the teacher later on. Thus, the students do not miss the continuity of the classes. Other than the presentation, videos are also being uploaded to the learning management system, that's Moodle software portal for future reference and better understanding of the subject. The attendance and internal assessment marks of the students are uploaded onto the LMS portal, which enables the parents to periodically view the same. Apart from this, we have access to various applications inclusive of Google Classroom app, through which the students can directly view the presentation. An additional aspect, the technical advancement training pertaining to the IT resources. This enables our faculty to synchronize with our students to ensure better delivery of the lecture sessions. So what are the benefits by implementing the e-learning? The entire student community is benefited by this facility. Many of them are able to perform better in their internal examinations and score high marks at the university examination. The students make exhaustive use of e-books and hence save sizable money of their parents since purchase of books are minimized. The teachers has become more effective and the learning more interesting instead of a tiresome exercises. So that's about the e-learning. The next best practice is community and extension services. Why we chose as a best practice as a community and extension services to inculcate the virtue of community service in the budding dentist, to bring out the character of empathy and service to the underprivileged, to keep the motto of service before self, attention to the oral and dental needs of the rural population, to bring out dental health awareness and preventive treatment to the children in schools, to enlighten the masses, on the misuse of tobacco and its ill effects, to impart treatment to patients in old age homes, home for destitute and mentally and physically challenged children. The Gandhian philosophy is kept at topmost while treating patients by instilling the value of service before self and service to the underprivileged. A feeling of satisfaction and peace is experienced by the staff and the students. How we implemented, the institution have a vibrant public health department. They plan the community health and extension activities in consultation with other departments. The satellite dental clinics are situated in the Villanur, Puducherry, caters to the clustered villages around for the oral health services. Faculty and the students are posted in rotation to man these centers where dental screening, oral health education, and treatment is carried out. All treatments are given free of cost. The patients from remote areas are admitted as inpatient and all the treatment is free. Regular oral camps are held for the community. Regular visits to the old age homes, home for destitute mentally and physically challenged children is planned, and treatment is carried out in the mobile dental van. At times, patients are also brought to the hospital for the extensive treatment. The institution, along with ASHA workers and school teachers, holds training camp in which the ASHA workers and school teachers try to educate the community in the rural setup, as they have direct contact with the villagers and children. The regular camps are held and students are encouraged to hold road shows, flash mobs, and skits to highlight the ill effects of tobacco, and counseling is also done to give up tobacco. The students and the staff conduct camp for detection of precancerous condition, and surveys are carried out to analyze and evaluate the cause and means of prevention. The blood donation camps are held during the Save Your Life campaign, and students donate blood for the cause of mankind. The students and faculty contributes the relief fund for any natural calamities. So what are all the benefits that we attain? It has been seen in the institution how well the above practices have improved the outlook of the faculty and the students towards the community and the underprivileged. The regular participation of the students has increased. A feeling of wanting to give back to the society is evident. The posters on healthcare, health education, flip chart, short movies have been prepared by the students to help in the oral health education. The very positive feedback has been received from the community for the services our institution has rendered. The smiling faces of the mentally and physically challenged children is a testimony of our service. The commendations letter have been received for the community service. The next best practice is tobacco cessation clinic. We have chosen a best practice as a tobacco cessation clinic to recognize the various patterns, biology and epidemiology in our area, to increase awareness and intention to quit among tobacco users, emphasize consequences of tobacco use and health benefits of tobacco cessation, only for the protection from secondhand smoking. The State Tobacco Control Cell and National Tobacco Control Program, the Puducherry started the tobacco cessation clinic with the support of World Health Organization, recognizing the importance of tobacco cessation. As per the Global Adult Tobacco Survey, GAP survey, India has over 275 million current tobacco users. An estimated 1 million people die every year due to tobacco-related diseases every year. So we need a combination of strategies aimed at avoiding initiation of tobacco by the non-users and the cessation of tobacco among the current users. So tobacco cessation is the only way to save the current tobacco users from tobacco-related mortality. The consultation time can be effectively used by the doctors as an opportunity to promote patient to quit tobacco when they are motivated to listen. So how we implemented with our observation in our outpatients department OPD, 20 to 30% of the patients were using tobacco in some forms or other. The major group who were using tobacco were in the age group of 13 to 35 years. With this in mind, two separate programs were started to identify the real need among the surrounding villages, along with the State Tobacco Control Cell and National Services Scheme, NSS, and Department of Public Health Dentistry jointly organized school camps to create awareness among the students who will be in a better position to inculcate the message and transform their family members. Among the predominant users, a large number of them were rural people and their family members. Hence, an initiative was taken to target this group of people by organizing a oral oncology camps. The Sri Venkateshwara Dental College established the tobacco cessation clinic under State Tobacco Control Cell. The students will identify and aware the people who using smoking and smokeless forms. They'll display the health education posters, videos, displaying to the community. The benefits attained as our college is in the rural setup. First, awareness had to be created among the public regarding the menace of tobacco. Awareness was created by conducting specific dental camps targeted on the rural community, where the practice was found to be very high. Regular counseling and collaborative camps with non-governmental organizations, NGOs, are being done to address the issue. Nearly 50% of the patients have acknowledged their habits and want to lead a happy life. Thank you.
Hope you all do know about our college in detail. What, Ms. Hema?
Yes, sir.
How was our presentation?
Yes, it was wonderful, sir. Thank you so much for taking part today.
Yeah. So it was a nice interaction from your side also.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. And please organize some occasion like this. We can have an interaction.
Sure, sir.
Anytime,
Sure. Will do.
anytime we'll be ready also.
Thank
you
you
very
so much, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Question?
So, thank you, Dr. Shobana, and thank you, Dr. Shabana Fatima. And I would like to thank Sri Venkateshwara Dental College to take part in today's webinar. My special thanks to the principal of Sri Venkateshwara Dental College, Dr. Senthil Nathan. Thank you again, sir. So we are organizing our next webinar on June 23rd, 2021, collaborating with another quality partner. The topic is proven effective strategies for online training between 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. I'll just share the link for registration for the next complimentary webinar. So we are organizing our next webinar on June 23rd, 2021, collaborating with another quality partner. The topic is proven effective strategies for online training between 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. The link for next complimentary webinar is given in the chat box. So for NAAC accreditation consulting, IQAC training, value-added courses or any other sort of training for enquiries or for any queries related to this webinar, please contact me. My contact details are in the chat box. So I'll just share the feedback link now. So here is my contact detail. I'll next share the feedback, Google review feedback link. Please rate us on Google. So this is the feedback link for Google review rating. So you can post a review to our profile on Google. Please rate us using the above link. So give your Google rating to our profile. And I'll just share the feedback form link for e-certificate. So this is the feedback form link for e-certificate. I request all of you to fill this form in full. So this is auto-generated e-certificate. So please give all your details in full, your name with proper salutation, your institution name in full. Please avoid any abbreviations. So I have shared two feedback links. One is for Google review feedback. It is we are posting a review to our profile on Google. Please give us a rating and please fill up the feedback form link for e-certificate. It is an auto-generated e-certificate, so please fill all your details in full, name with proper salutation, and please avoid abbreviations for your institution. Please type your institution name in full, and please type your mail ID correctly. For any sort of training, IQAC training, faculty development training, or student orientation program value-added courses, you can contact me on the link, on the details shared in the chat box. E-certificate can be provided only to the participants who has filled the e-certificate, feedback form link. Please fill up the form with full details, your name with proper salutation. Please avoid the abbreviations for institutions, and please type your mail ID correctly. Thank you one and all for joining today.